Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good day and welcome to the show. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys here on this Thursday, the 12th of November, 2020. Welcome to the show. Now, listen, we got to get ourselves together. The whole world's got to get themselves together. We got to pull ourselves together, or one of two things is going to happen. Either we're going to disappear as a species, basically eradicate ourselves, or we're going to organize. And organization, the direction that we've been moving in the last year or two is just the opposite from organization. When you go down the freeway and you see a load of lumber going one way and you see the exact load, say it's going south, right? And on the exact other side of the freeway, you see the exact same load of lumber going north. This is the kind of disorganized system that we have right now. And that's because what it's built on. Originally, when the first settlers came, they started it's just happenstance. They would fall into an area, and there'd be a brook and a field, and they'd call it Brook Field. And they would start putting fences up everywhere, or putting up their planting their flag, or whatever else. And it's all just come about just because no organization to any of it. No organization to the structure of our system, any of it. They did a show here not that long ago on the origins of the name of Canada. They had a big commercial on TV, and they showed how Canada originally got started with its name and stuff. And they came into an Indian village, I guess, or whatever, and they mistook what the Indians said. And so they called it, it's all like that. Everything's like that. You see, you go down the highway, you say, why is this highway so crooked? You're driving down the highway. Why is this highway so crooked? All these bends and curves. Couldn't the guys have put this highway in and made it straight? Wouldn't that have been easier and I would have got to my destination quicker? No, the reason why your highway's all crooked and everything is they followed the old Indian trail. And the Indians, they followed the old trails where the bears used to make, or the moose, or the caribou, or whatever. They followed those trails, and those trails were crooked. And then later a road was built there, and then later a highway was built there on the same crooked junk. Everything we got is like that. Talk about disorganization. When they repair the roads, oh my goodness, they go in and they set up cones all day long. And then one guy comes in and sits on the end of his shovel for a couple hours. And then they have to dismantle the cones all afternoon. And it's just, most of the whole work is just putting up cones. It's all disorganized, the whole system. It would be a blessing if we could organize the entire system. And blockchain might give us that opportunity. When Ethereum was made, it enabled us to send information over the blockchain. And this can change everything. It can change our world into an organized world. So that picture if you were going out on a hike someplace. Now, and you want to get away. So you go out on a hike, and you hike about 5 miles out into the woods in the middle of nowhere, and you're hiking up the side of a mountain, and you trip and fall, and you break your leg on the way down, and you fall down into the woods, and you're all alone out in the middle of nowhere. Well, and you're in big trouble in the way things are right now, because nobody's going to come to help you, because everybody else is disorganized just like you are. But picture a world maybe 10, 20 years into the future where that happens to you. You're out hiking up the side of a mountain out in the middle of nowhere because you wanted to get away from it all. And basically it looked the same, it's just that it's 20 years in the future. And you fall and you break your leg. Well, you push a little button on your watch. And 5 minutes later a drone comes along. And it hauls you out of the wilderness and takes you to the hospital and they give you expert care, and you don't have to wait in a big long lineup or anything. This is what an organized world would look like. An organized world, you wouldn't need to carry your passport, your visa, your driver's license, your insurance papers, and papers. You got so many papers, it's all just total confusion. You don't even know where they're all at. Before you can even, now with this new things with virus and stuff going around, gosh knows what they'll make hoops and hurdles they got to go through if you just want to travel 100 miles. That's a disorganized world. In an organized world, You can say, well, I'm going to hop on my flight today. Hey, have a nice day, dear. Your wife comes over and gives you a kiss, and you go out the door, and you hop right on your airplane. You don't even have to go through scanning or anything. And you don't have to even have a wallet on you. It's like freedom. Freedom. Because that's an organized world. An organized world represents freedom, which we don't have right now. And we're going to do one of two things. We're either going to blow ourselves to bits, or we're going to organize this world using computer technology like blockchain. Anyway, let's get in it. Let's get the markets going. Let's open up the charts right here, and let's take a look. Silver price today. It's up $11.20 today. No, that's gold. Gold, sorry. Oh my goodness, what a big mistake. I wish, guys. Silver up 11.20. Wouldn't that be nice? You know, we might see a day like that. We might see an $11.20 day on silver. We could. At some point in the future. 1876 for gold. It's up 11.20. Now let's take a look at silver. Silver is down 5 cents. So the gold to silver ratio is going in the opposite direction again, evidently. 24.22 for silver. Now let's take a look at crypto. Crypto is on a rocket ship to the moon. It's on a rocket ship to the moon. 458 billion for the crypto industry. It just keeps climbing. It was like 440 there yesterday, and yesterday it was like 450, and now it's 458. Just keeps going up. 16,113. It's nearing its all-time highs. It's starting to approach its all-time highs for Bitcoin. You know, the people who bought in at the high prices. Imagine they bought in like back last time when it was up like 16,000, you know, and it went up to 20, and then it fell all the way down to like 2,400 or 2,200. Imagine if they sold at the bottom. You know, that's what people do. They buy in when it's going up really high, and then they sell when it goes down, and they're really disgusted. They say, I'll never touch that again, you know. But if they just sit and held their Bitcoin until now, and it's not that long ago, what, a couple of years, what, 2017, what, 3 years? They just sit there and held their Bitcoin, it would have went back up, and they can pretend like none of that ever happened on the bad stuff. And they wouldn't have taken any loss. Dow Jones Industrial Average, down 320 points on the day. 1% down on the day. It could extend these losses, but I do not see it going below its previous lows. Okay, its previous low here was on March 23rd of 18,591. If it gets down around there, they're going to step in with massive ways of pumping it back up again, or trying to pump it back up. What if they're not successful? I don't know, you know. We're living in a crazy world. What can I say? We got to clean this craziness up, and we got to organize the world somehow. It's got somehow, because we're going to we're going to be gone as a species if we don't get our act together. Quite seriously. Okay, crude oil, 42.11. 42.11 for crude oil today. It's up 60.66 or 1.59%. Bonds and rates today. We're looking at falling yields. It appears to be quite substantially fallen yields. We're looking at the U.S. 10-year at 0.9, and we're looking at the U.S. 30-year. Let me just take a look. Yeah, 8 or 9 basis points. 0.67 on the U.S. 30-year. Move index today, 46.19, and it's staying down kind of low ever since they knocked it down. It was getting up kind of high on Tuesday, the 3rd of November, and now they've knocked her back down again. She's staying down. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index today, 93.01, and it's going along sideways. So let's take a look at our funny picture today, and what we have here. Let me expand it a little bit. This is a big fat bear, you know, and she's a big blubbery one, and it looks like her cub's pretty damn fat too, and I think they must be feeding on a lot of rich oily salmon, you know, to get that fat, you know. Bears can be kind of cute. Look at those puffy ears she's got on her. But I wouldn't want to pet her ears, you know. They're awful strong. They're strong like the Hulk. Anyway, listen, guys. Thank you for listening to my show. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.